Good evening. Police Chief Mark Saunders under fire tonight for an interview in a newspaper about Bruce McArthur, the alleged serial killer in the gay village. Some people are accusing the chief of victim blaming in the interview, but tonight the chief spoke with us and says that is simply not the case.
Listen to the interview, and if there are concerns and if that's how it was construed, then I'll certainly have that conversation with anybody. Anyone that knows me knows that that's not the language that I use, nor my intent.
The headline from the story said, Chief says civilians failed to help investigation. But tonight, Saunders releasing a recording of the interview where he elaborates on that, saying people self-vet. That's where people decide themselves not to come forward.
Here's the encounter that I had with this person, but I don't necessarily think that that person would do all of these things. So I'm not going to report that to the police, because my fear is that if I say this, the police are going to go and arrest this person for something that could be incredibly egregious, and I don't want to be a part of that process.
The controversy stems from Project Houston that ran for 2 years starting in 2012, looking into the disappearance of 3 men very similar in age and appearance in the village. Chief Saunders says back then they spent thousands of hours investigating, but they could not find the key pieces of evidence to link them together as victims of a serial murder. He was criticized by people in the LGBTQ community who felt their concerns had been dismissed.
Do you stand by how the investigation was conducted and what you did?
Yeah, there are certain things, and my go forward is what can we do to be better, and I think that I was fair with that, and I hope that this does create that conversation so that we can get it right.
First of all, my conversations with the chief about this matter have carried no sense whatsoever that he blames any victims.
The mayor coming to the chief's defense today, saying they are reviewing how things were handled, but this is not about placing blame.
I've had a hand in making sure that those are made public as soon as possible and involve the public to the greatest extent possible. The whole idea is to heal, is to restore and increase trust between the police and the community.
I was unsettled, a bit alarmed.
Councillor Kristen Wong-Tam, meanwhile, who represents the village, says she feels the article has damaged relations between police and the community there.
The community is angry right now because they're already mourning. They certainly don't take any responsibility, and how can they, on police investigations?
In the village itself, people were not happy to hear about the chief's comments.
I don't think it's really on the community. They've been really supporting each other, and they're the first ones to say that there was probably an issue, so I think that comment's out of place.
I don't know what that seems like to me. I think it just sounds pretty bizarre, really.
Finally, while standing by what he said, Chief Saunders did offer an olive branch of sorts tonight.
I hope that the interview speaks for itself, and if I was misunderstood with that, then I certainly apologize, and hopefully on the go forward we do what's necessary to get it right.
Now, McArthur has been charged in the deaths of 2 of the 3 missing men, and along with 4 other men. He was arrested last month.